here in Unwinding CSS Academy, we will provide you a platform where you will learn these all skills: how to comprehend the text properly, how to write comprehensive precis, and how to answer properly with relevancy and accuracy. This is Asad Ali Babbar, SS English. I am faculty member of Unwinding CSS Academy and I teach here Precis and Composition. As we know that your exams are around the corner, CSS 2026 and CC 2024, so we have a special recipe for you. So we have checked multiple papers here, multiple mock exams. So we often find students making some silly mistakes that are quite common. So what are those mistakes which we have seen so far, we have observed in students mock exam and class workshops? Number one is that most often students, they actually fail to understand the essence of the passage. So it's about reading comprehension. Once you realize that you are not able to understand the passage, then definitely you will not be able to write it on it. And then we have seen irrelevant titles, how to write relevant title. This is another important skill. Relevancy is one thing and including one-sided argument is another. We have certain examples here where our students, they actually use one-sided titles that are not actually there to present the snapshot of that whole particular precis they are actually writing. And then in microstructure, the students make a lot of grammatical mistakes. There is a less sense of variation, syntactic variation in sentences. Your sentences should not be monotonous. As we know, sentences should be natural. There should be proper punctuation. We have seen a lot of students who are not actually using proper punctuation within their sentences, and then even we find certain spelling mistakes as well. So microstructure is very important and it's all about grammar. We have seen a lot of issues regarding this. And then if I talk about overall skeleton or structure of precis writing, then we see a lot of issues when students actually write complete precis. Number one issue is they actually copy paste imitate whole sentences from the original passage. This is completely prohibited. This should not be allowed. And then there are certain observations where we have seen that the students, they actually include irrelevant information. They actually omit topic sentences, the essential main ideas of the passage. So when we combine these all things together, it makes your precis first, or it makes your precis average. So how to improve this? We have certain solutions for you. We'll provide you comprehensive guidelines, how to write in better way, how to have variation in your syntactic style, how to actually deconstruct the text properly. And if I talk about reading comprehension, we have a lot of other issues related with this question. Most often students, they actually fail to understand the question. As you know that we have to first deconstruct the question, we have to find the directives, we have to first establish relationship between variables which are presented in our questions, and then accordingly we'll have to frame the answer. So what students do actually, they copy whole sentences from the passage in reading comprehension. This is highly discouraged in reading comprehension. You have to avoid it. Whereas similar mistakes which we have seen in reading comprehension related to microstructure, that is grammar, is also very common. So we have solution here for you. We have comprehensive guide. We have step-by-step skill building techniques, how to deconstruct the text first, for example with the skimming, scanning, and then with segmentation, and then in the fourth stage, for example in reading comprehension, how to deconstruct question and how to actually write the answer. If I talk about other important questions besides your reading comprehension and precis writing, as we know that we have a whole section on vocabulary, and that actually comprises 35% of your whole paper. Your synonyms and antonym question, from where you are going to prepare this. You will have to do this through Barron's SAT vocabulary, and you have to cover high frequency words. And then your question on prepositions is also vocabulary based. You have to focus on fixed prepositions, and you have to focus on the words, especially those are grammatically prepositions as well. And then for translation, as we know, there's a huge difference between English language and Urdu language. English language works on different syntactic structure and pattern, whereas Urdu works with certain different principles. Urdu punctuation is quite different from that of English one, and narration is quite different. The structure of Urdu language, especially in sentences, is quite lengthy. How will you break those sentences? How will you find a substitute in terms of Urdu expressions that are culturally driven? So these all things are important in order to have better command on translation. So for translation, one must rely on the written expressions which are figurative in nature. So a plain sort of academic language doesn't work in translation. You have to use figurative language in order to get maximum marks. On the other hand, if I talk about your other important question, that is pair of words, you have to prepare this accordingly, and this comes under your vocabulary as well. The main trick behind this question, or for this question, is that once you are writing the sentence of this particular word, you will have to include the meaning of that particular word in your sentence. So it should illustrate indirectly the meaning of that word you are going to use in your sentences. So this way you will get maximum marks in your pair of word section. And then grammatical corrections. For this you have to focus on parts of the speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, punctuation, tenses, narration, active, passive. So more or less there are basically 80 to 90 rules of the language in which you have to focus on subject verb agreement, punctuations, as I have already talked about, dangling modifiers, semantic corrections, and other syntactic corrections like use of proper conjunction, combination of independent and dependent clauses, whether they are producing meaningful sentences or not. So through these techniques, strategies and skills, you will be able to get maximum marks in your PASI and reading comprehension paper, in your translation and other important questions of PASI and composition. Thank you.